We all have the potential to find love, to love, and be loved. Let's go over why, how, and give ourselves some hope. That's right. Everyone, no matter what your skin color is, your height, your weight, your age, your looks, your education level, financial status, disabilities are, there is someone for everyone. I've seen it. I've looked around, and what I do see is I see a lot of people who are single, who could be paired up with someone right now if they would just open their mind and their heart to give someone a chance. That's all it takes to find someone to love. Pairing up with someone special is 51% out of your control. So why not let the universe help you find someone? More on that later in the book, I promise. The problem, as I see it today, is that there are just a lot of whacked people out there. Yikes. That means people today are a tad more crazy, selfish, self-centered, triggered, quick to anger, sloppy, lazy, stressed, anxious, hurting, suffering from something, addicted to something. Stop me at any time. I'm not going to sugarcoat this at all. We're dealing with our own hearts, personal space, our lives, our money, our time, our energy. For goodness sake. All of that has to be protected before we head out into this crazy whack world looking for someone to love us right back, right? Yeah, absolutely. So, we have to be highly selective these days for sure. There's no getting around it. Because of the high number of whacked out folks out there, I just want you to know it's not all you. It's not you who's the problem or who's incapable of loving or finding love. It's just the huge ocean of fools, cheats, biatches, a-holes, jerks, and losers out there. And please pardon my tone here, but it's true, and you know it. You've experienced it. I'm sure you have at some point in your life, right? If you haven't, wow, you're lucky. I bet, though, a close friend or a relative has probably experienced their fair share of crazy relationships, eh? The good news is that there are just as many good people out there who are not crazy and who are good inside and single and starving to find love just like you and be loved by someone like you. The problem is, where do you find such good people? And how do you strike up the right conversation to see if there could be a spark of chemistry between you two? Then, how can you tell if they're not crazy? Relationships, they're so complicated, right? Not to worry. I go into vetting and who to go after later on in part 2 of the book. You're going to love that section for sure. So, hang in there for that. Meanwhile, I repeat myself, as I want to give everyone hope. So repeat after me, please. Everyone deserves to find someone to love and to be loved in return. No matter your age, looks, height, weight, hair color, hair or no hair, occupation, single mom or dad status, disabilities, you name it, quote, there's someone for everyone. Again, everyone is capable of learning how to love someone deeply. Everyone is capable of giving their all to a relationship with the idea they want the same in return. Real quick, how do you define love? Well, here's a great definition to keep in mind when you think of loving someone and you receiving love right back. Such as, love is patient, it is kind, love does not envy or boast, it is not arrogant or rude, it does not insist on its own way, it is not irritable or resentful, it does not rejoice in wrongdoing, but rejoices with the truth. Love bears all things, believes all things, hopes for all things, endures all things. Love never ends. Now that did come from the Bible, Corinthians. But I'm sure you could add a few things to that, to your definition of love. What do you think about that definition of love? I feel that's one thing missing in a lot of relationships today. Love. Also, what's missing is patience, kindness, truth, honesty, right? Another missing component in many relationships is neither party was never really taught how to be their best self in such relationships when given the chance. So many people are in relationships, I feel, and they're just kind of existing on fumes, as in they haven't had many good examples to model while growing up. For example, maybe they didn't have a mom and dad under the same roof to show them how two romantic lovebirds interacted with one another. Perhaps you grew up in a home where there was some form of abuse that was present on a daily basis. Maybe you had a parent who wasn't so nice to you and said horrible things that kind of killed your self-esteem growing up. Maybe you were picked on, not picked, bullied, marginalized, or made fun of a lot while growing up. Maybe all you saw with your friends was breakup after heartache after Or maybe all you saw in your own relationship history was sadness, unhappiness, disappointment, loneliness, heartaches, rejection, crying more often than smiling. I don't blame you if you feel or think you don't deserve to be loved by someone in an intimate manner between two hearts. You've been exposed to the dark side of relationships for much of your life. What else do you know? Again, that's not your fault. I've seen, read, and heard women and men express their deep discouragement with dating, only to say out loud, "I think I'm destined to die alone." That right there breaks my heart. Actually, it's thoughts like that that really motivate me to pour my own heart, mind, time, and energy into helping people find love in their own life, even if my life becomes dedicated to that one mission. Without love in this world, in our hearts, in our lives, we will perish. No question about it. And that's kind of what's going on right now in the world. A lot of divisiveness, a lot of anger, a lot of fighting, not a lot of love. Even many before us have given up hope that they will ever find love, only to go on to sacrifice their life due to feeling so unwanted. That's got to stop too. I can see where the thought of you feeling you deserve love or having the potential for finding love and falling in love is next to, let's say, non-existent. So I'm here to tell you that your mind is playing a dirty trick on you. It's playing a dirty game with your heart. I'm here to tell you that you are capable of finding love and falling in love when the right person walks into your life. More on that later in the book, of course. But in fact, I've had people tell me, after a deep conversation on this subject, they say to me, "Hey, Bart, after meeting you and hearing you talk the way you do, I have a renewed ray of hope that I could find love out there. Your attitude seems to attract the right kind of people into your life to choose from, or you quickly repel them to get away because you don't put up with any of their shenanigans or their BS. It's rather contagious, to be honest. I thought I was doing it all right, giving my all, but maybe my attitude or efforts or expectations were a bit skewed, such as I listened to what my peers or society or the media or Hollywood told me to think about myself and what I deserved or how I was supposed to act in a modern relationship. To be honest, Bart, all of my former behaviors, thoughts, and actions always had me self-sabotaging my relationships, hence leaving me single and alone again and again." Whew. Wow. Imagine that. Folks, again, it's not a very friendly world we live in right now. And with so many mixed messages trying to confuse us on how we should interact with that future someone special, you can see how people are practically doubting and sabotaging their own love lives. While everyone is capable of finding someone ideal for them, the one, the following questions do start popping up in their heads. Who is that special someone I so long to be with? What do they look like? I know I have preferences, but where are they? I want to find him or her. Where do I look? When will I meet him or her? I'm so tired of being alone. How will they treat me once we get started and involved? What do I want to do and accomplish with this special love of my life? If I were given the chance to be in a loving, intimate relationship, what would our mutual goals look like? Would we get along? And for how long? I want harmony. In fact, I want my relationship to last longer than, something. Among other great questions. Think about all that and the fact that if you're a good person, if you bring your whole self to the table and offer someone love and help and kindness and care, patience, fun times, few to no arguments, zero tolerance for any kind of abuse, among other great relationship qualities, then yes, you are deserving of love and romance. But great relationships just don't come around because you want one. Healthy relationships, they're not sold down at the store or available online for ordering with just the quick click of your mouse. We can wish, right? With any relationship, there's got to be that element of surprise when it comes to meeting someone who we might pair up with. And in order to make that relationship go over well, it's vital that you are ready for when the opportunity strikes and the universe conspires in your favor and presents someone to you out of the blue. Picture this. You're just going along in life. You turn around and, whoa, hi, my name is. It's okay. You had me at hello. My name is, and she introduces herself to him or he introduces himself to her. It's really nice to meet you. Shall we sit and have some coffee and talk a while? I'd like to get to know you more. Yes, I'd like that too. So however you can picture it, somebody just pops out of nowhere, whether you're at a party, a class, just anywhere. Suppose Mr. or Mrs. Right did walk right into your life and you were absolutely ready on the inside to embark on a relationship with them. What then? Well, let's make sure that really is the case, shall we? That you really are super ready, super prepared, super in the know to embark on that journey with that newfound loving prospect who just happened to walk right into your life. How do you know you're truly prepared? How do you know you're ready to give and receive love and not mess it up or sabotage your own relationship success? Well, unless you've been in one or more successful relationships, or you've lived a decade or more as an adult, to have learned a few of life's lessons the hard way, you might happily submit yourself to my vastly extensive internal and external self-assessment audits to see what you might want to work on, improve upon, and or enhance so your chances at winning the relationship game of life ends in total success and not the opposite. Right? Exactly. So, come on, let's get started on you.